As we speak, Arvind Kejriwal, who is making those explosive statements in the Rouse Avenue court as he's being produced today, and several arguments that have also been put forth as far as he's been blaming the ED and also questioning regarding the investigation that has been done by the Enforcement Directorate. Bhavtosh and Priyank, who continue to be with us. But Priyank sharing us those details as far as Arvind Kejriwal questioning the approvers, Arvind Kejriwal questioning the documents, Arvind Kejriwal also not naming the mantris, was saying that there are several people who visits his official residence there. Priyank, over to you. Live updates, please.
Yes, certainly. The latest update which is coming out from Arvind Kejriwal is that he has claimed the ED investigation a big ghotala. So that's a big statement coming out from the sitting Chief Minister of Delhi, who has been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate, where Arvind Kejriwal not only talking about the kind of donation which has been given to the accused to the ruling party here in the country, Bharatiya Janata Party. He's talking about the 55,000 crore being given by these individuals, and he was time and again stopped by ASG Raju, but he kept on saying that "Mujhe bolne dijiye, please allow me to speak." This is what has been said, and remember the judge has also said that there is a small protest which is happening here where the people have come out with alcohol bottle, and it appears that these are the lawyers who are claiming that since Arvind Kejriwal should be responsible for the policy, the excise policy, there is a protest which is happening. But the latest update which we are getting from inside court, the information which Rame is sending, that ASG has finally spoken that approvers have justified that they why they didn't name Arvind Kejriwal earlier. ASG has also stated that the funds were used in Goa election. 55 crore is the amount the Kejriwal is alleging. So time and again, Arvind Kejriwal was interrupted by the ASG, Mr. S.V. Raju, but Arvind Kejriwal kept on saying that please allow me to speak. Now Arvind Kejriwal is saying that the ED investigation is a big ghotala, and the kind of amount which was given as donation by the approvers who were earlier accused should not be taken seriously, because there is a big conspiracy against me. Back to you, Amita.
Well, yes, Priyank, as far as the court updates are concerned, fast-paced developments, of course, coming in from the court at the moment. Kejriwal addressing the court, that's something you were also speaking about. Take us through some of the big takeaways, because the Delhi Chief Minister also has made some very strong remarks in the court, where he has claimed that the ED investigation is nothing but a ghotala.
Yes, Sati Meenakshi, let me summarize for viewers what has happened. Arvind Kejriwal's wife, Sunita Kejriwal, yesterday came out, and in the press conference, he said that Arvind Kejriwal will be making some big revelation. Then Lieutenant Governor in Times of Summit told that they will not allow the government to run from the jail. And on counter to that, when our colleague Teshri Pudundare asked Arvind Kejriwal that this is a statement which has been made by the Lieutenant Governor, Kejriwal said that it's a conspiracy, it's a political conspiracy. But Arvind Kejriwal, being Arvind Kejriwal, he used this opportunity because it was already announced by Sunita Kejriwal on his behalf that he will be making big revelation, big exposes inside the court. He started speaking in the court, which was also said by the counsels of Arvind Kejriwal, that Arvind Kejriwal wants to say something. The court said that we want this to be given in written, the statement which is being made by the accused, who is under the police remand of the Enforcement Directorate. The court allowed him to speak for 5 minutes. The ASG, who is on behalf of the Enforcement Directorate, argued, and he said that this should not be allowed, but the court allowed it. Now Arvind Kejriwal very strategically used 3 takeaways, pointers, which our viewers need to understand. He is questioning the credibility of the approvers who has taken name of Arvind Kejriwal. He has also questioned the 55 crore rupee which was given by the approver as a chanda in the form of an electoral bond to the Bharatiya Janata Party. The ASG has said that Arvind Kejriwal's this money, the excise policy's alleged bribe, was used in the Goa election. The ED has also argued that Arvind Kejriwal need to be confronted with other people, because the state head of the Aam Aadmi Party in Goa is still being interrogated by the Enforcement Directorate. But after saying all this, Arvind Kejriwal has said that this conspiracy to arrest me is a big ghotala. Just by the kind of statement which has been made by the approver should not lead to arrest of a sitting chief minister of the state. But Meenakshi, very interesting thing which Arvind Kejriwal has also said, because remember in the prosecution complaint, the Enforcement Directorate has referred to the meeting which happened at the residence of Arvind Kejriwal. He has sadly tried to shift the onus from him, and he has shifted the onus to other accused who have already been arrested, which means Manish Sisodiya, which means Satyen Jain, which means the personal assistant of these individuals, because all those 15 people who have been arrested have also been put under the radar of by Arvind Kejriwal by saying that there have been several meetings which has happened inside my house. The people come, ministers come, their PS come, they murmur with each other, they exchange file, and I should not be blamed for that. So that's a big takeaway which viewers can understand after the statement which has been given by Arvind Kejriwal inside the court. The hearing is still continuing, and Rami, our colleague, is sending more update.
Yes, and Priyank, talking about more updates, because there are arguments which are happening from the ED side as well, and Bhavtosh has also joined us live for that. Bhavtosh, take us through the arguments the ED is making in the court at the moment.
Well, as we have told our viewers in morning, that Enforcement Directorate will be seeking his further custody. One of the grounds that they have asked is that he has been evasive, not cooperative, and now the Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju, who generally represents the Enforcement Directorate, had told the court that Aam Aadmi Party took bribes to fund its election campaign in Goa. Remember, yesterday the Enforcement Directorate had served summons to the Aam Aadmi Party Goa President Puslekar, and he had asked him, they had asked him to join the investigation. Apart from him, one of the persons they had asked to join the investigation was the president, was the AAP candidate. Now the entire case, Meenakshi, if I can briefly tell you, is that the kickbacks that they had received in Goa during the excise policy 2021-2022, part of it was used to fund the Goa elections, 45 crore rupees. Now, when ED started that investigation, they found that some of the research workers and campaign workers had been paid in cash. The money went from a company called Chariot Advertising, and then they were paid in cash. Now, some of the statements were recorded just ahead of Arvind Kejriwal's arrest, and they all said that the money was actually paid in cash in a typical illicit money transfer. Now, ASG Raju had said that even as the hearing is taking place here, some of these individuals who were summoned yesterday, they are recording this statement. Importantly, he has said that let him discharge his lawyer's duty if he wants to make his submissions in the court. What the Additional Solicitor General is saying, that if Arvind Kejriwal has to address the court openly, then he should not have a lawyer in the court, because there is a riveting drama that is taking place in the courtroom. The Chief Minister is addressing the court, but his defense counsel has been is actually very silent. He is not making any submission on the behalf of Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal is addressing a larger crowd. He is addressing his worker. He is addressing the nation. But the larger issue of whether his arrest is illegal, whether Arvind Kejriwal wants to get a bail, is not being addressed for past 35 to 40 minutes, and that's what Additional Solicitor General is telling the court, that if he wants to do this, if he wants to address the public, or he wants to address the nation, then his lawyers should not stand in the court. There should not be any wakalatnama, and let Arvind Kejriwal address the public at large and not seek any kind of relief from the court. So the Additional Solicitor General is talking about the case and why they want extension of his remand custody, but Arvind Kejriwal has decided to take up the larger issue.
Yeah, and the counsel for Kejriwal also saying, how can you restrict me? I'll speak for an hour if I want. Of course, as far as the ASG arguing on the behalf of ED is concerned, they are saying that the money was used for Goa elections. They believe that there is Hawala transaction. They say they have proof for the same. We are, of course, flashing each and every argument coming in from the court, what the ED is arguing on our screens as well. But, going to Priyank once again. Priyank, take us through, the to and fro in the court, and most importantly, Arvind Kejriwal's statement in the court. Arvind Kejriwal addressed the court saying that the case is a political conspiracy and asking how they can arrest a sitting chief minister based on just 4 statements from a 31,000 page long document.
Yes, certainly, Meenakshi, but before that, let me tell you, viewers, the update which is coming that the Defence Council has also argued that since Arvind Kejriwal's mobile phone has already been seized by the Enforcement Directorate, can they just keep me in the police custody just to secure the passport? So the argument has started from both the sides, where the Defence Council has also stated that you cannot restrict me, because ASG Raju had apprised the court that if Arvind Kejriwal himself is speaking, what is the point of having his counsel? Does he not trust his counsel? But so the argument is continuing. But certainly the kind of statement which Mr. Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, has made inside the court is making it politically more bigger. This is what we were anticipating after the statement which came out from his wife, who said that Arvind Kejriwal will be speaking inside the court and he will be apprising the kind of exposures which he was thinking about. So Arvind Kejriwal is basically has tried to question the approver. He has also tried to give a message to his his voters that this is a conspiracy which is happening against me. He has also tried to discredit the statement of the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, where the AG stated that they will not allow the government to run from the jail. He has also made it a political color by saying that if something like this happened, it will be a larger political conspiracy and people will give its answer to that. On continuing to that, Arvind Kejriwal has also questioned the kind of electoral bond or the donation which has been given by these accused who have now turned approver. So that's a basic summary of this case, where Arvind Kejriwal has finally spoken up. He has spoken while the Enforcement Directorate had produced him to get an extension of the police remand. So the hearing will continue for almost half an hour or 45 minutes or so. Then it will be a lengthy time period which could be taken by the judge to give the extension or deny the extension. If the extension is not granted, then certainly Arvind Kejriwal will have to go to the Tihar jail.
Exactly, and in fact, at the moment, the judge saying, I will consider whether these are ground for extension of remands or not. Bhavtosh, take us through, the arguments which have been made from the side of the ED. We've summarized what Arvind Kejriwal said, because the ED has also made submission that Kejriwal had demanded 100 crore bribe through alleged Hawala route from the South group. So that seems to be the crux of the ED's argument as well.
Well, Meenakshi, that's been the argument from the Enforcement Directorate